Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision coming to you live in Quattro Cinco Studios, my mom's basement. And tonight we're eating some cheesecake and catching up on everything that's been going on the last couple weeks. I have been mostly just working the last couple weeks and talking with some of the devs in the background, some of the changes that I think would benefit our community. And yeah, we'll go over all that. We'll jump through some charts. The big question that I'm asking, that I think everyone's asking, is has crypto bounced, right? Like, has crypto bounced? And not just a dead cat bounce where we're going to go down further, but bounce like, is this the bottom? Is this the bottom have we seen the bottom of Ethereum? Because honestly, if you're watching this and you're part of Pulse Chain and you're part of Dark Matter and Anti-Gravity Project, then you know that our blood and our veins and our organs are hooked to the Ethereum token, or Ethereum coin, rather. So that's the question. That's the question I'm asking and that I've been waiting for. This is the longest bear market that I've witnessed since 2015. So I'm about 11 years into crypto, give or take. And I remember those lovely 4-year cycles that happened when they were supposed to. Other than that, let's see here. I'm going to put this link to join in the chat here. I'll paste it here. I'll paste it in our Telegram group. If you're not part of the Telegram groups, t.me/anti-gravity saga. I think I spelled that right. Yeah, that's it right there. I'll post this on X as well. If you're watching on X, then welcome. It's good to see you. If you're watching on YouTube, it's good to see you guys as well. We had a lottery. I thought for some reason that the lottery for Anti-Gravity was going to be tonight, but it was last night. And so, yeah, we had one winner in the stream's address. And quite a few people reached out and even posted on Twitter some of their winnings with this last lottery, which seems to have given a lot of people more winners because of the dynamics of the evil address. But yeah, if you won the lottery, the first lottery, congratulations. I want to say some more stuff about where the lottery could be headed, but I'm gonna. I don't know. If you're in our Telegram, you've seen me ask some questions about what you guys would like to see changed or improved about Anti-Gravity Project. And I haven't got a lot of feedback there, but some feedback there. And then it looks like we do have some updates to the art contest where people took my advice and switched their J9s to J10s to make that ready for J10 or J11. Actually, it'd be J11 right now. Just change your J10s to J11s. But I digress. We've got 10 really strong pieces of art so far. In fact, no, maybe we've got 11 pieces of art so far that are just amazing, inspired by kind of the story that we work with. A lot of people don't understand Anti-Gravity Project because it does have a lot of moving pieces and parts, and it is kind of complicated. Crypto is complicated enough for most people, and then when you add a bunch of different moving parts or dynamic pieces to it, it can be overwhelming. And that's kind of the approach that we were taking with the story, was if we can put the story together and teach people through narrative, then they're going to be able to understand a lot more of the tokenomics and the universe and the motives that we're working with. And so we started with the story, and the story's changed several times, and now it's still waiting for the second half. So like I said, the first half of the book, it's pretty amazing. You can read that in our Telegram group under the topic Rings of Dust. And we've had quite a few people read through the first few versions of that, and now we're going into trying to finish the rest of it. But I think that's really where a lot of my streaming is going to come to. We're talking about in the future is we're just going to read the book and go through the book, and then start reading some of the new chapters and getting your feedback on the new chapters and see what you guys think. See if we were doing a good job of explaining tokenomics and pumpamentals, because we just threw like 7 different pumpamentals at this, like the everything and the kitchen sink. And we realized at the end of the day that it's very difficult for people to wrap their head around one of the first ideas of minting the NFT and what the NFT does. And then you have to explain all the different things that you can do with the NFT. And that's where people kind of like, we lose their attention span right there. Biffness in the house. If crypto isn't a dead cat, I'm John Paul. Okay, well, yeah, I'm guessing it could go lower. Obviously, we'll see what happens, but you've got to have faith. Like I said before, in the winter time, we remember the summer. In the summertime, we remember the winter. And yeah, I've urged you guys to come up with really good take profit plans and strategies for the next wave. The next wave just hasn't come when we thought it would. Now, ProveX has been a huge deal the last few days. Launched, as far as I understood, there was like a timer where you could move your ProveX at zero cost, which has its tax benefits and advantages. However, it looks like a lot of it, I thought that it came off of Pump.Tires. I thought that it was printed off of Pump.Tires, and that somehow the OA or Richard Hart or whatever had figured out how to amass 99.9% ownership like he has over most of his tokens. I mean, think about it this way: if you were the main holder of Bitcoin and you owned 99.9% of the Bitcoin in circulation right now, if the price fell to $1,000, it wouldn't bother you too much, because you would know that when it pumped, the next time it pumped, you would be able to kind of shoot it with some steroids, kind of pump it up even harder, because you would be controlling most of the supply. So crypto, I've had people come up to me recently where like, I just don't understand crypto. And I'm like, it's just an Excel spreadsheet. That's it. And they said, well, how does it get its price? How does it have its value? And I say, it's all supply and demand. But a lot of these people are smart enough to have read the book Sapiens by Noel Harari or something, whatever his name is, where he basically explains that human beings are the only animals on Earth that share fictions and can do incredible things because they share these fictions, whether it's money, whether it's government, whether it's religion. These amazing things that we've seen in our society that happen are because everyone subscribes to the same story. All of this to say that money is a story that we all make up or believe in. The most believable story right now is the Federal Reserve debt note, or our fiat, what people call the US dollar. And it's a very compelling story based on the wars and the might of the US military. At some point, they did claim for a while that it was backed by gold. they claimed for a while. I mean, for a short stint, it was backed by silver. And yeah, that was that. But at the same time, who was auditing the gold and silver back then? It wasn't somebody with your best interests at heart. It wasn't somebody with credibility or integrity. It was a very rich, very powerful person that would tell people whatever they needed to tell people to hang on to that power and control. So all that to just say, crypto, I think, is going to win inevitably because it has truth on its side. People can verify the code, they can verify the math, and they can audit the supply of that currency themselves. Whereas, I mean, good luck figuring out what the M1, M2, M3 money supply is and auditing it. And good luck finding out what the gold supply is right now. The actual physical gold supply in the world, I think there might be a handful of people in the world that actually know how much gold is out there and where it is. But again, like I said, it's all what we agree it's worth. And right now, it looks like, let me share my screen here for a second, and I'm going to check back in the green room. Jump in here with the StreamYard link. We got Steve Stash. Yo, peeps. What's up, Steve Stash? Good to see you, my friend. Shout out to Steve Stash, the amazing coin maker of the dark matter and anti-gravity tokens. He's definitely a master of his craft and a friend of ours. Did you win any of these? Did you win any of the lotteries this time, Steve? That's what we want to know. And like I said, I'm going to share the screen here and freeze my little face. And then we'll just get rid of all this stuff and go to the infinity screen. And let's see, Bitcoin today, it was at 67,000 last time we streamed. And it is all the way up to 72,000. So we're back up to 70,000. There's a little bounce here above, right around this Bart Simpson head that was in the 50s and 60s, right here. Excuse me. And then you got a little Bart Simpson head and another Bart Simpson head up here, but this one's bouncing up. For now, it is a higher low than this low over here. It's not a higher low than these lows, but it's bouncing up. So people are agreeing that Bitcoin today is worth about $72,451 at this moment, not counting, the spread between the bid and asks. And then Ethereum, what's Ethereum up to today? Ethereum looks like it is sitting at 2173. So it's got a little tick up too right there. Very interesting. We'll see if these are slammed down to margin out traders again and to keep the price low for certain people to fill their bags, or if this thing eventually just rips. I mean, people are saying that this was the bull market. They're saying that this Bitcoin, was the bull market, going from getting a 2x from like 60,000 to 120,000, give or take. I don't believe in that. I mean, the last one was 17K to 65K. So that was like a 5x from the last peak to the previous peak in 2022, 21. So for it to go from, a 5x to a 2x, it does make sense that it's losing power and momentum, but it doesn't make sense that it would be going from 6 to 2, maybe 6 to 2.5, maybe 6 to 3. But again, a 3x from 60K is 180K. So I'm still looking at this 150 up here as a place to hit some resistance and maybe do a Bart Simpson head. And then I think after it goes and touches and plays around 150, it could very easily try a shot for 180. But, I'm just a dude, on the internet. Don't listen to me. You can tell when something feels manipulated. You feel that something's off balance, and Ethereum right now feels very, very off balance compared to the previous cycle. So, if we get let's see, the all-time high was like $4,700 in the peak of 2021. And we beat that by a tiny bit for a second here back in August. And so let's say this one went from 1,200 to 47. So almost a 4x from its last peak. Let's say it gets a 2x from its last peak and we go to like 10K Ethereum, maybe higher. Maybe it really, with all this manipulation and certain people fill in their bags, maybe this thing really rips. Maybe it really pumps. Maybe Tether and some of those stablecoin behemoths out there start to do a buying loop on this one. Interesting for sure. And then if we take a look at our little ecosystem right here, we've got Dark and Actuator. That one is sitting at 41 cents. So we kind of round tripped this we went all the way up to about 50 cents and we're back down around 40 cents on Dark, which is kind of interesting to see that. It's kind of following the rest of the market, I assume. Dark and Pink Miswell's got 11K of liquidity and it's down to 38 cents. So looks like someone's been taking some profits there or dumping some of it. Let's see if we can come down here and see any big sales. Let's see, what's the volume here? The 24-hour volume's $24. So supposedly $24 of selling made this candle on 11K liquidity. I'm thinking it's just the whole ecosystem, because another thing we should definitely add to our list is PRVX, right? ProveX. Let's check out. There's ProveX and Wrapped ETH, which has $500,000 of liquidity right here. And then you got the USDC pairing from Ethereum with about $1 million in liquidity. The volume is $1.3 million of volume going through that one. And then you got ProveX and DAI, which I'm guessing this is eDAI. I don't think this is pDAI. Oh, it might be pDAI. I don't know. And that one's got 317K liquidity. But let's go to the biggest one, which is Wrapped ETH. Like I said, we are sharing organs and blood with the Ethereum network. So the money that's going to flow into us this time, at least looks like it is going to be coming from Ethereum. And yeah, look at that crazy spike right there. I don't know if they've allowed people to buy and sell here or not. Like at some point it had some market cap of trillions of dollars up here, I think. Like something insane. So ProveX is running. If you guys don't know what ProveX is, let me see if I can say this in a delicate slash way. ProveX is a copy of I believe ZK Rollups, just a fork copy of that over there. We've got some decent liquidity here, but nothing like, for instance, let's see if we can find the one from Base and ZK Rollups on there. ZK Swap, CC Coin. I think ZK right here. This is the one right here with the arrows. And here it is with WETH. And now it's got a WETH on Base as well. So if you look at Base, which is, that one's not Base, but this one right here, that one has liquidity pool of 600, 563, 300. Yeah, when you're looking for privacy, you're definitely going to want as much volume and as much money to swirl around to give yourself anonymity. And basically, yeah, ProveX is privacy technology first and foremost, and I think it's going to be tried to be hooked up with bridging and swapping technology as well. If you guys know more about it, let me know. But it just seems a little undercooked, underdeveloped, underwhelmed by a lot of the stuff on the network right now. This is all-time high. Let's hit the current price. I need 1,413 more NFTs to reach Warp Speed Whale with my streaming address here, the 319A. And out of those 42 that we've minted in 42 NFTs that we minted on the 11th series or the 11th round, it looks like we will have one winner. So if you go to the lottery page, it'll show you how many winners. We have one winner for 1.25 dark. We can scrape that, throw it in our wallet. I'm going to leave those up there, probably scrape them all together as it goes into, the final drawing. So we have the big, bigger, and biggest drawing. 160 tokens were paid out. Actually, I think it was more than 160 because it's still, there's 8,000 fuel cells. And unfortunately, it thinks that the jackpot is 20% of the active fuel cells, but the jackpot was actually 20% of all the minted fuel cells, not the current ones, but the 23,000 that were minted by the by the mystery box the evil address. So the evil address minted, I believe, like 23,000 were minted. And so out of those 23,000, there's actually another 4,600 more dark than it's showing in the jackpot. So the jackpot's actually about 5,200 dark tokens that have been paid out. So this is like 3 times more than what it's saying. So instead of 160, there was actually about 540 that were paid out here. And then you can 3x these two other numbers. But basically, like I said, we'll add 1,600. Yeah, this is incorrect, this data right here. 6,200. There's about 6,200 dark tokens in Journey 11's lottery. And like I said, I believe about 500 of them were paid out, or 54, 540 would have been paid out, give or take, because it would have been, 10%. So 620. 620 would have been the payout for the first jackpot, and then 3 times more for the bigger payout, which would be, I don't know what 62 times 3, it's 18,600. So 1,860 will be paid out here, and then double that, so about 3,200 will be paid out here. This is crazy that it shows the evil bonus on these 2 places, but I don't think there is an evil bonus because the evil address had nothing to scrape. If you go to the evil tab here at agproject.io, you can see that there's a scrape button that's completely disabled right now. And then there's a vaporize. So the mint was active during the last round of minting. They minted those 23,000, give or take, and then they vaporized. Someone went in and vaporized every single one of them. See, there's no tokens here. It scanned them and there's nothing left to vaporize. So someone came in here, spent 20, 30 bucks in fees, wiped out the evil address. And I mean, it's not all bad because out of those 23,000, 77% of it went here into the treasury, which is at 244,000. dark are in the treasury right now. And then if you go to the treasury tab, you can see that besides the 244,000 that are in the treasury, 371,000 have actually been paid out to the NFTs. So this 244,000 will eventually be paid out into the NFTs. 371,000 has already been paid out to the NFTs, and there's about 304,000 NFTs that are active right now that are soaking up whatever goes into the treasury. So, yeah, minters win here. That's really all you need to know, is that minters win. If you go to minting, the next minting window opens in 21 days and 14 hours. We'll see how that goes. But the truth is, there's just there's a lot of cool stuff coming into this project. I've got to put my nose down and start writing the book again and putting the book together. And there are a lot of prizes and swag that have yet to be sent out that I've kind of been a little bit busy for. I failed, missed the journey. I'm an idiot. Oh, it's too bad. Mr. Scarface 643. Hello, Wall. How's it going? It's going great. It's going really good. Yeah, here's the YouTube link right here. Is this the YouTube link for this video, or I'm not quite sure. Or is this for ProveX? I don't know. Yeah, YouTube is one of those platforms where if you play anything off of YouTube, it's going to copyright strike you. I never miss a journey. Nope. Casey never misses a journey. He's here. He's ride or die. He's part of the inner crew. And I think Casey's going to be very excited when he sees some of the upgrades and changes that we have planned. Thank God for AI. That's all I've got to say is AI is making it easier and easier to work on Web3 and websites than ever before. And like I said, there's a bunch of things that we believed were features and that were going to get us a lot of attention and help grow the community in the beginning. And they, I think, have become more of a hindrance, such as the minting window, right? You know, you have 11 days to mint. And unless you're a badass superstar like Casey here, then, and you've missed that 11 windows, you got to wait for the next one. And we thought that would cause urgency, and in some cases it did. But then when 80% of the community left crypto, it was very, very hard to get anyone's attention or engage and participate in anything. And so what we'd like to do, one change we are looking at, is making it so that the minting window is always open for the next journey. So if you want to mint, you can always mint for the next journey. Now, granted, once that journey starts, you can't mint. So if we look at the fuel cells or the NFTs right here, you'll notice that you can never mint anymore from Journey 11. So Journey 11 is the second most rare journey with 8,000 right now. Journey 9 only had 6,395. Actually, it had more than that, but the evil addresses were vaporized or burnt. And so that gave this one a clear advantage right there. So like I said, you can't go back in time and mint any of these NFTs. This supply is fixed, and as people burn these NFTs to get the dark matter out of them, which you can see accumulated here in the third column over, as they burn these NFTs to get that, like for instance, if you have a Journey 1 NFT, you've got almost 1.6 dark that have been paid back to you. So you've received the 1 dark back, and then you've made a profit or an APY of 0.598 dark. And you've gotten it back from several of these, except for Journey 3 and 4. And then, of course, 8, 9, and 10 have only been paid a few times. And the other thing, that if you look at this projected dark after Journey 11, this may or may not be accurate because, like I said, I think it's reading the wrong address. Like in the lottery address, the lottery page, it's reading the wrong address. So we'll have to see going forward what happens there. But again, one of the big changes we want to make is we want to make it so that if anyone shows up and wants to mint, they can mint, right? Another thing is the journeys. The journeys are about 45 days long. There's 11 days of minting, 11 days before the first lottery, 11 days to the second, 11 days to the third, and then you get the treasury payout, and it starts the whole journey over, the whole cycle over again. 45 days is a long time. 30 seconds is a long time for most people to pay attention to something these days. So the journey might be something we also shorten to make this a faster game. We're a year and a few months into this journey. Let's see, I think we're 16 months into it, I believe. We were looking at this. Yeah, 12. Yeah, I think we're like 16 months into this. I did that tweet, happy like 16th birthday to Anti-Gravity Project, 16-month journey or birthday. And this game is set to take a little over 4 years. I think it's like 4.25 or something to that effect. Let's do it right here. Let's do some quick math. So every journey is 45 days long, and there's 33 of them. That equals 1,485 days. And we're going to divide that by 365. Yep, up 4.068, so barely over 4 years. And we have, I mean, let's see, the 11th, so be the 6th, no, the 5th. Yeah, in a couple of months, we're going to be at the 1.5 year anniversary. So that means there's only 2.5 years left. But again, since we've waited so long, so incredibly long for our bull market to return, I don't think we've got 2.5 years left to wait to try and catch that same wave. So it'd be great to see if we could shorten the length of these so that we keep people's attention better and let people mint whenever they want. And then the lottery, which is drawn out over 33 days and 3 different payouts. I think what we're going to do, what I'd like to see done, is for the lottery to be consolidated into one big lottery winning. And right now your winning chances are about 1 in 21, 1 in 20. We might actually pull that back and make it more like the regular lottery, where you have 1 in like a million chance of winning the lottery. And then the payouts would be much, much bigger, and it would just stoke that fire and that degen adrenaline rush, that dopamine hit. And so, yeah, I think what we'd like to do is lower the chances and take 3 drawings and put them all into one drawing. So those are 3 of the big changes I see coming to our project here. At the beginning, I wanted, contracts that were immutable and, bulletproof, things of that nature. Our dev had other ideas and left them all upgradable. And we've done some cool things with the upgradable version. We added the evil mint and the evil vaporize feature, which was new. We also brought in the scrape feature of the evil address, where you can take the evil addresses lottery winnings and roll them back into the jackpot. So we've had some fun with it, but the truth is, this is such a big, heavy behemoth of a project with the front end, the back end, the subgraph, and trying to hang and be tethered to Pulse Chain, Pulse Chain is one of the most difficult networks to build on by far. It's not, if you compare it to another fork of Ethereum like Base, it is much, much more difficult to build on Pulse Chain. In fact, when we did our lottery, we were not able to have a true random number generator that we could use for the lottery winnings. And so we actually run our lottery off of Chainlink on Base. So if you dig into the code, you'll see that we retrieve the winners from Chainlink on Base, and then we report them over to Pulse Chain and pay them out on Pulse Chain. So I don't know, like how old is Pulse Chain? It would be amazing if we could get Chainlink over here on Pulse Chain. A few people have tried to put a consensus network or solve the Oracle problem here on Pulse Chain. But it's, it's been, let's see here, I think we're in over 3 years, right? How old is Pulse Chain Network? So as of March 2026, the network is just under 3 years old. So we're about 3 years into our project. Oh, this is interesting. Pulse Chain is live. Look at that. That was from May 13th, 2023. I remember where I was when Pulse Chain launched. Do you remember where you were when Pulse Chain launched on May 13th, 2023? I do. Either way, it launched, it's a hard fork of the Ethereum network, designed with faster block times and lower fees. That's kind of remains to be seen, because most of the activity that we have on Pulse Chain are trading bots. Like, it's 99.999% trading bots. And then a few people on PGTC that love the alien technology, some people on Richard Hart's core tokens, and Pump Fund had some activity, but really it's been the trading bots through and through that have been testing that. Link to Farron Young singing Hello Wall. Oh, there we go. Hello Wall. That was a link to the reference here by Mr. Scarface 643, or is it Mrs. Carface? Love it. Well, to check that, I used to play all this stuff on YouTube, but then YouTube got really lame, and you play a clip of anything on YouTube, and the bots are all over there, like blocking your video, banning your video, giving you strikes. So if I'm on just X, then I would like to show you guys some more stuff. I want to show you guys a while back. I was talking about a guy named Crypto Daily is what he used to go by, right? And his first name is Cam, and so now he has like Cam's News or something. Like, this is him right here. Platinum is better than gold, so why is gold more expensive? So this is his name right here, and he's actually dropped a few really amazing. What the heck? Put an old battery into a drill. Okay, great. Sorry, got distracted there. He has some really, really good and amazing documentaries here about crypto, about where it came from, what's going on. And he had some of the actual funniest videos ever. I think I can get away with playing this. Let's see. It might not play because I got that ad block from Red Squirrel. Yeah, see, try again later. So instead of like blocking it, here we go. I gotta turn on the sound. Sorry, guys.
Rarity, because of let's take a piece of pure gold. We believe it to be valuable because of its rarity, because of the difficulty of extracting it from the earth. Cultural significance, it looks shiny, and many more reasons I could list, so on and so forth, yet it serves no critical need for me, and something vastly cheaper, like a bottle of water, is so useful it could be the difference between life and death. Now, you could state that this is an oversimplification, that it comes down to supply and demand ultimately to determine value. And while it is true, it's probably not as true as you might think. Let's take platinum, for example. Another precious metal sharing many of the same properties that gold does, but platinum is stronger, has a higher melting point, less reactive, more useful in industry, shinier. It's hypoallergenic, meaning that it's better for people with sensitive skin. It's much harder to extract and is found much deeper in the earth. In practically every conceivable way, it's superior. It's even rarer than gold. Despite this, gold is far more valuable. Let's take a piece of pure gold.
Interesting, right? Like I said earlier, it kind of goes back to narratives. It's almost as though a lot of rich, powerful, evil people own a lot of gold and have been pushing that narrative, because he talked about supply and demand. He talked about the things that make it valuable. But anyways, this guy right here, it's under Cam Daily TV is the new channel that he has here. This guy right here in the corner with the mustache, that's Fiat. That's Mr. Fiat. And he loves fiat money. He's this really funny character he does. But yeah, he's come back with some banger videos that are definitely worth. So you got Rigged, who's how the rich stole the entire economy. And that one is 2 weeks ago. And then 3 weeks ago, the world's greatest Ponzi scheme. He's talking about Bitcoin and how it came about and how it was, manipulated and whatnot. Here, so those are two. This one's 44 minutes. This one's an hour and 15 minutes. But one of the best content producers I've ever seen. In fact, I think this is his new channel. Because it was crypto. I bet you Crypto Daily is still out there. Let's see if Crypto Daily is. He just started a new channel with this one. But man, Crypto Daily, I used to just go back and watch old funny videos. He used to do like a meme show. Yeah, so Crypto Altcoin Daily. No, that's not it. Here it is. So Cam Daily. So I wonder if he scrubbed his videos from before. Some of these are older ones that he did keep, but yeah, he had some hilarious videos. His music, yeah. Oh man, good stuff. The same with your friend saw you. He was like your friend saw me before your friend saw me showed up. Your friend saw me is much more power, straight to the microphone, dash of editing. I have no idea how he puts out 6 videos a day, but the guy's a workhorse. He has a great sense of humor. He's very entertaining and very passionate. So shout out to both of these guys. If you have not watched Your Friend Saw Me or, Cam Daily, check those guys out. I would highly recommend checking those out. Those are the ones I spend most of my time at work. If I'm watching crypto or digging into crypto, it's going to be with one of these guys for the most part. The occasional Crypto Coffee video, even though I know most of the stuff that Crypto Coffee talks about, I love the way he presents information, So anyways, no one's taking me up on the offer to join me live. We went over to the website, agproject.io. Let's go over Telegram real quick. So here's Anti-Gravity Saga right here. Here's the general one right here. Some people joining and not. X sense of urgency. Is this still going on? Yeah, I'm not sure what this is right here. But yeah, a lot of talks about what's going on here. I'm pretty much in the dark about ProveX, and I might regret that later, not catching that wave, depending on what happens with it. However, if ProveX really does pump a bunch of money into Pulse Chain through Ethereum, then I would say that the bags that I have, and I think that Anti-Gravity do pretty well. Submissions for art, as you can see, I think Red Squirrel just threw this one up there and changed the J9 to J10. No Raindrop thinks it's a flood. He's got the collective symbol down here. Absolutely love it. Then you got memes, which are not always flattering. Me on a rocket. And then Smoke Spider has some funny ones. Here's me and Steve Stash hiding some collective stickers out there in the real world. It'd be fun to have some more fun adventures with my buddy Steve Stash and the folks. Pulse Chain right here.
Pulse Chain, Pulse Chain, Pulse Chain, Pulse Chain, Pulse Chain, Pulse Chain, Pulse Chain.
So there you go. Handling a fuel cell. AGProduct.io. Like, who doesn't love cats, right? Except that one looks a little creepy right there. I know that dude. That's funny. There's Cole Nova getting ready for space. Here I am with my Jamie's painting of me. So we have fun. We have fun here in the memes. The meetup chat, I was trying to will the universe to bring us a bull run before February so we could all meet down in Miami at Loveburn, but that alas did not happen. So any other meetups that we're going to have, we can post them in here. And then here's the book Rings of Dust. And so if you click on the pinned messages, here's an Airtable that we had people filling out reviews of the book online. And then we were giving out reward points, which we still will. If you want to come and review the book, we would love to. The more feedback, the better. But the first like 6 chapters right here, you can read them or you can listen to them on audiobook, I think. Let's see here. Look at this. I didn't even read this one from Crypto Vince. This is, yeah, it is. Let's go with Iris. So we changed it from Iris to Iris. I like that idea. But yeah, this is it. And then somewhere in here, there's the actual book. You know, that's the entire book right here. And it is a living document that's being changed as we work on it. Yeah, this one right here, this doc, if you click on this link, the Google Doc link, then you can actually see the first full draft. And like I said, the first 13 chapters are really amazing. And it's the next 13 that we need to focus on. And then we used to have J10, top 10 for J3, top 10 for J2. We used to do the art contest on here, but we have since switched those to X. So we go to X, and then you go to home, collective. It used to be groups, but here's a sense of urgency. Oh, this is what they were saying is this still going? So here's a piece of art for J11. Right here, you see J11's up there. It's got 23 votes for it. Let's take a look at it. BitBoy Leroy and Cole Nova with a fuel cell. I don't know where that gun came from. There's a gun. He just appeared. The gun just appears. I love that. And I love that he's obviously been in some fights. He's a little beaten up there. I like that BitBoy Leroy has a gun too. Like out of nowhere, he pops out this little, like almost like a scoop. Boom, gun time. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now in the book, BitBoy Leroy has mantis blades on his arms. And look at his hands. They just like disappear and then pop out the bottom. Kaboom. Very cool. Very cool piece of art for J11. Uncontested, I might say. Yep. T-minus 10 hours. There he goes. Here's J10's. This is the winner of J10 right here from Elizabeth Mack. Shout out to Leslie. Oh, look, you're finally seeing me get my cheesecake at the beginning on X. So anyways, let's kill that. Put my cute little face back up here. And I think we've covered just about everything, some of the changes that we want to do with the project and some of the things that I would like to work on and get done. You guys are the best damn community, hands down. Nothing has changed there. We've just gotten smaller. It's gotten quieter. People have had to go get jobs and go deal with life and touch grass because sitting around and waiting for crypto actually turns out to be pretty depressing most of the time. So shout out to everyone who's out there building in this market. Brandon from Build the Tech, he's been working on Switch.win. Red Squirrel, if you guys go to squirrels.pro, that guy is building some amazing stuff right now. And I would say some of his stuff is probably some of the most well-built stuff on Pulse Chain. Like the guy's building some really, really cool stuff that I cannot wait to cover and tell you guys about when I'm given the green light. Other than that, I mean, you don't have enough dark. Dark's 40 cents right now. You don't have enough fuel cells. We need to get some more fuel cells sent to you guys. I'm going to try messing with pulsemarket.app and some other ways. Some other people have been working on some NFT front ends. And so we'll see how that goes. And we're just looking forward to cool stuff being built and working on Pulse Chain for the most part. There's a lot to be desired. I'm trying to be as politically correct and tactful as possible when I say that the most brilliant and beautiful thing about Pulse Chain is the community. Smartest community, most passionate community, most caring community in a lot of ways. Yeah, you guys, the people here are the reason we build on Pulse Chain is because of the people, honestly. And that's the reason that we continue to build on Pulse Chain and wait for this next crazy altcoin season to kick off whenever it does. And when it does, I think it's going to be, well, this one might be slower than the other ones. The other ones were crazy spikes, frothy, euphoria, and then crash down. There's been so much pain. I agree with your friend Sami and a lot of other people on this point. There's so much pain and so much time that people have waited. That every time that the market pops up a little bit, you're going to see a lot of people taking their money and leaving. I think that's very true for Hex. I think there's a lot of people that rode that 50-cent Hex wave and were waiting for another wave in 4 years, and I'm still waiting. So we'll see. We'll see, but I think there's a lot of people that at 10 cents, they're just going to take their ball and go home. At 25 cents, there's going to be another wave of people leaving or taking profit on their Hex that they wish they had last time. And then at 50 cents, you're going to see I think it's going to be very difficult for Hex to break through 50 cents, but I think it will. I totally believe in dollar Hex. I think it's going to take longer to get there than it did when we went from very little to 50 cents. I mean, that was 3 months of insanity. But just know what you want to do. Know what you want to do. Know what number do you want to get out at. Know what number do you want to get back in at. Most of us have seen the numbers that we wanted to buy the dip on, and the dip kept dipping. And then it just kept dipping, and it was like a smoke alarm going off that no one could turn off. It's been torturous. It's been rough. It's been painful the last few years. But at the same time, we're still here. We're still building. We're still having fun. We're still joking around. And we're still watching history unfold. This is the bleeding edge of technology. And it's fascinating to me to watch this happen and watch the banks and governments fight it and then fail and then try to take it over and buy it and monopolize it. I mean, it is drama, high definition drama. And I wouldn't want to be hanging out and watch it with anybody other than you guys. So before I go, I want you guys to remember that you matter and you're important and you're valuable and you have a tremendous, unfathomable amount of worth just by existing. Like, if I could impart anything to you guys, it would be that thought and belief. And then, of course, what you do matters. Share that amazing part of you that is unique to you with the people around you that you care about. That makes a bigger difference than I think you realize. Other than that, yeah, believe in something. Go out there and kick ass this week. If I wake up early and I can't sleep this next week, I'll jump down here and drink my coffee with you guys and kind of go through some of my boomer tabs and the market and what's going on. And hopefully, someone will come on here and explain to us what's going on with ProveX, what it means, what they think it means. There's a lot of streams from Triplet Dad, Fast Abdul, a whole bunch of people talking about what they think it means. And so I know there's a lot of content out there, but it remains to be seen, like, what is Richard's move on here. On one hand, he's a genius. On the other hand, he's learning that he's not part of the club. He's had to fight everywhere he goes, everything he does, uphill, and he's not part of the inner circle of psychopaths and pedophilies. He's just a dude that's right about my age that wants to be loved and wants people to recognize his achievements and his contributions to the world. And I don't think he can turn that off, And so as long as he can't turn that off, he's going to continue to work to make Pulse Chain and Hex and whatever else comes along. He's working to make those things as valuable and useful as possible, even if it's just for him. If he's building stuff for him to use and it benefits us, then I'm all for it. There's just been a lot of things that leave a lot of quality and building out and finishing touches and to be desired in Pulse Chain. And I get it, like the money's been leaving. So why fix something? Why fix an amusement park's rides when no one's buying tickets and showing up? Right? That's what I'm thinking. But again, like I said, it's something's got to give. It's going to get better. I believe in it. I believe in you guys. I believe in the community more than I believe in Richard Hart. And I believe in Richard Hart pretty strongly, even at this point, with all the stuff he's been dealing with and all the flack that's been thrown his way, and the fact that he has nothing to do with this crazy market or the world economy, stocks, any of that crazy stuff, or interest rate. He's just a guy trying to figure out how to ride the waves like us. So, yeah, I definitely give him the benefit of the doubt. And definitely a fan of the community and you guys. And I thank you for your patience with, I'm behind on a lot of stuff on the website. I'm behind with a lot of stuff with mailing out swag and updating some of your reward points. So I thank you for those, for that patience. We do have a special guest in here real quick. I'm up to
Hey.
How are you doing?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Wow.
People that are waiting for t-shirts in the mail.
It's because I had a caramel macchiato cappuccino and a Dr. Pepper at the same time. So yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That's a lot of caffeine. Supposedly I'm going to bed in an hour. We'll see.
We'll see. Good luck with that. Yeah, I was just wrapping up, talking to people about some of the changes I'd like to make and improvements we'd like to make with anti-gravity, and then kind of throwing some ideas out there with ProveX and some of the liquidity that's tied to Ethereum.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's really it. And then the price of we're getting a little bounce in Ethereum and Bitcoin, but nothing to write home about.
Well, and we did have a lottery yesterday. I just wanted to remind everybody, and the payout was pretty substantial.
The winners were good, right? Because the payout was 1.25 per winner.
Right.
But it
But
seems like there were more winners for those
there,
participating.
there was a lot more winners this time, and whoever did, and it wasn't me, but whoever nuked the evil address, that may have been why. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to 2. Can't wait.
Me too. Me too. One of the improvements I was talking about was shortening or consolidating the 3 lotteries into one,
Mhm.
and possibly dropping the chance of winning to make the prize get bigger in that one big jackpot payout. What do you think about those 2 changes to the lottery or jackpot?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah. How bad do you think it would have to be? I mean, obviously we've got some mints that are as low as 6,000, 7,000 people. So if we dropped the chance of winning to 1 in 7,000, and that person just walked with like 6,000 dark, one person,
That's bananas.
that might be too extreme. But
Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
it would still like shift the table and shift the whole energy of the ecosystem.
Yeah, I think, there's a lot going on geopolitically. I don't know if you even talked about that on this stream
No,
or in crypto in general.
go on.
It's this 2026, the year of the fire horse. It's I'd call it the year of the donkey's ass horse, but that's just that's stepped on a landmine and then had a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're at. It's
It is. It's a silly world that we find ourselves in, and an
it's
even
just-
sillier monetary system that we find ourselves in.
well, I've been enlightening people that whether you like it or not, we live in the matrix, and you need to take the pill. You need to take the pill and realize what we're in. So, because people don't want to, people just want to. They want to afford to pay for their gas. That's $5 billion here in Washington State. We have 62 taxes on the common person in Washington State. We're the most taxed state in the nation. And it's like, I think I could get in trouble for this. I don't care. I've had macchiato, and I've had, but
He's crazy. He's all hopped up on goofballs.
no taxation without representation.
Mhm.
The people that founded this country fought for less than what certain people are doing in states around the country. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want this to be demonetized by the 100,000 people that are going to watch this in 2028, right before the election.
Right before the election.
Yeah, I'm just in a rare mood tonight. I'm not usually like this. I'm spitting vinegar.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Just take a breath. Just take a slow, deep breath. We've got Bright Light in here.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ray. What's up, guys? Long time no talk. LOL.
See, it's
For
like,
real.
where's XT when you need him? And we could bounce off each other.
Definitely. He is the only entry in the J11 art contest right now. He's got that short clip of BitBoy and Cole with guns.
Well, maybe I'll have to put some magic to a poem that encapsulates my feelings right now with an image that will knock your socks off.
That sounds pretty good. I mean, your J9 is I think epic. There's so much inside that
There's
poem.
So much in that poem.
There's a lot in that poem that just like I don't inside and
If you're in
outside
the
of
matrix,
this.
right? If you're in the
Yeah.
matrix, you understand the poem more than if you're
Mhm.
outside the matrix.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have to show up one night and just do an X only stream so we can play some music, we can play some videos, and not worry about Big Daddy Google peeing on us. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember? You're old enough.
Yeah, I'm old enough.
Do you remember what Google's original motto was when they were public?
Oh gosh.
If you guys remember, put it in the
That was
chat.
after Netscape, right? Netscape came out, and then Google came out.
Mm-hmm. And what was Google's motto or slogan that they had to get rid of because of their actions and behaviors?
Make the internet great again?
I'm waiting for someone to pop into chat. I'm sure someone remembers their original. In fact, we probably Google it and find an actual pic. Well, no, Google probably scrubbed their motto that they had to scrub. But this is it right here in chat. Don't be evil. That was their motto. That was their slogan. Don't be evil. And then they were evil, and they had to change it. I don't think they have a new motto or slogan, but it used to be "Don't be evil."
Don't be evil.
Yeah,
unless you're dark matter.
Unless you're dark matter. And then it's okay to be dark.
Because you matter.
You matter. What you do matters. Yeah, we just I wrapped this whole thing up. I was about to take my cheesecake and go to bed.
And see, I'm like wired, and I'm in one of those moods. I tell you what, I do really want to get a shirt that says "No taxation without representation," and just wear it around.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I remember AOL discs, but not that. Our dark matter isn't evil. I totally forgot to mention last cycle. LOL was last day. A day late and $1 short. That's all right.
Okay.
That's part of the reason that we want to change the minting function to always open for the next. I mean, obviously you can't mint Journey 10s because that's over and done with. Those are limited edition. But if we can make it so you can always mint the next, Journey, then I think that'll simplify the project for a lot of people that are not catching that 11-day window. And it'll hopefully result in a lot more dark being pulled off the market, which everything about dark is geared at rarity and pulling it off the market. That game of chicken.
You don't have enough dark. You don't have enough Pink Miss Well.
True. I was looking. I didn't even look at Pink Miss Well, see what it was doing, but I do need to check into that as well. Other than that, like I said, I've just been telling people I'm trying to get back into writing the book, getting the book finished. That's a big deal, and getting a bunch of this swag mailed out to people both in and outside of the U.S. at this point.
A few states away from you.
Yeah, a few states away.
Yeah, but I was looking at dark, and it was about 50 cents the other day.
Yeah, it was pumping because I think that a lot of people are anticipating the upgraded version of dark, and they're just taking advantage of the prices right now. So yeah. I don't know. I mean, the audience is so small that it's kind of like doing a what do they call it? The stealth launch. Everything we do is in the stealth because there's just such a small community right now.
Yeah.
But I do believe we are looking at a point in the future where, is there a Pink Miss Well deal? There is a Pink Miss Well deal. We haven't even updated it right now. For $3 of Pink Miss Well or dark, you can get the least rare NFT. So $3 of dark or Pink Miss Well, or $5 of one of the other tokens that we have listed on Telegram. So if you go to Telegram, it's got a list, and maybe even on Twitter, it's got a list of tokens that we are happy to receive. If you send it in and send us the hash, we'll send to you. We were behind because the last 2 times I tried to use Pulse Market to move some, it didn't work. And so I just kind of gave up and got frustrated, but I need to get back to sending out, because some people have sent huge amounts of dark and pink mist well. Hugh sent 16 million pink mist well, and he wants 20 J5s and 10 J6s. So like we're behind on a lot of housekeeping here, and I understand that. And I would feel bad if I was not busy the rest of the day, but being busy most days, I'm just, I'm going to do my best like I always do for you guys. But I do apologize, and I do appreciate the patience for you guys. You guys are a great group to work with. Very understanding, very helpful.
Patience is a virtue, and it's the hardest one to obtain.
Mm.
That could be a T-shirt too. Man, I'm just coming up with these tonight. Wow.
You need a screen printer in your house. That's what you need. And more caffeine.
Oh, no, I did not. I did not need. This is what gets me by right here. These things.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
They're amazing. You get 18 serving. 18 is one serving. They last 45 days.
And do you have a favorite flavor of those?
Well, I used to really like root beer.
Yeah.
Was my favorite.
Yeah.
But I actually like the chili mango.
Okay.
It's a new one.
I used to go crazy over the buttered popcorn myself.
Oh gosh. Now I'm wanting because if I have sugar on top of my caffeine, my wife
You're not going to sleep till tomorrow.
She's like, never listen to Pulse Radio again.
Never. And see, Steve Stash agrees. Butter popcorn.
Oh gosh.
I used to eat so many coconuts hoping that they were buttered popcorn back in the day. I remember just eating my weight in
Those old
coconuts.
coconuts.
So the coconuts were white, right?
Yeah, right.
There was another one that kind of looked like it was burnt marshmallow. Toasted marshmallow was pretty good. But
Yes.
it didn't look as much like butter popcorn as coconut did.
I'll take your word on it.
So how is everything else going besides obviously crypto? We're still waiting on crypto to come back from the morgue. But you guys have been really busy in your life getting a lot of personal projects done and continuing
rental
with
properties.
Missions that and causes that don't specifically revolve around crypto.
Yep. Yeah. Things are going well with my my group I'm involved with over in Africa, which is a nonprofit organization that works with widows and orphans and gets them into schools. And it's pretty, when you're giving back, that's a lot better than actually receiving, I think.
I
Because
agree.
if you believe that you're here for a purpose and a reason, helping your fellow man, seeing them benefit, as someone who's an educator, that's why I'm in the education field I'm in, because I want to better people so that they can better people. It's kind of like a cycle.
Yeah, a virtuous cycle.
Yeah. It's like you can teach a man to fish or give him a fish. If you teach a man to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime instead of a day.
Mhm.
So that proverb is so apropos.
Yeah, I like that. Awesome. Well, hey, it's an hour later here than it is there.
Yeah.
I was gonna do Sleepy 2 roulette and take all of my vitamins and sleep aids and then stream, but I think that I barely made myself. I had trouble spitting out and articulating what I was saying without those. So I'm really glad I didn't play Sleepy 2 roulette tonight. However, I'm really glad that you got to come in here and catch the end of this. It's always good to see you.
Yep.
I appreciate your support and you being part of the best damn community in crypto,
Collective.
hands down.
And I'm going to try and work on something for J11 and get it out by tomorrow. We'll see.
That would be awesome. I'll be watching. And like I said, if I get up early this week, then I might have some coffee with you guys and do some streams. If not, I will stream when I have an update. If we have updates on the website or on the project. Right now, also, I'll throw this out there. If anyone is good with Claude or Cloud, I don't know how it's pronounced, the AI Claude.
Yep.
And building front ends or UIs, user interfaces, and wants to give us a hand in the upgrade of dark matter anti-gravity, we would love any help that people are willing to give us, because the back end, we have a superstar in our group that's really great at the back end. He's really good at Solidity coding. He's really good at testing and attaching those codes to the front end, but he's not a front end dev. And then we have another friend who's really great at front end dev, but he is building stuff for himself day and night. And so we're kind of like a hobby that he throws a bone to out of the goodness of his heart. We really appreciate it. However, it's really the front end that's slowing us down from our upgrade right now. So if anyone can help us in that way and wants to contribute, reach out. That would be good. I made a super fast Outlaw No Rules Pinewood Derby. You need to see it, Max. I do need to see it.
That's really awesome.
So No Rules Pinewood Derby car. I think he just made a rocket. Does this, Steve, let me ask you, does this Pinewood Derby car have a fuse?
Nice
Steve's he's an evil genius. Steve, he really understands mechanics and part. Some of the machines that he's built to dispense some of his coins blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. No, but it is a rocket. Okay, well then now we're talking. We're gonna have to get you some anti-gravity and dark matter stickers to put on that rocket. But either way, I was just going to wrap this up. Thank you so much again for coming. Thanks to everyone throwing that idea out there. If things come together, we could be seeing a change to dark matter very quickly. You may not know what's going on until after it happens. But then again, there's 20 of you, so it's going to be stealth even after we announce it. You guys will still be like, no one will know, except for us. We'll enjoy it, and then we can just go forward. And in that moment, I somewhere in my heart, I truly believe that we have a moment of virality coming our way. I don't know if it's a specific YouTuber. I don't know if it's a brand. I don't know what it is. But somewhere, somehow, I think that we're going to transcend our micro community.
Yeah.
And if and when that happens, Metcalfe's Law will be very generous to the price of dark, in my humble opinion. This is not financial advice or any of that stuff. This is just my belief. And I believe in something, like
good.
your friend Sami says. And I know that CryptoCat believes in something.
That's right. There's a song that says, "Don't stop believing."
Yeah.
So, not to be cliche, but
yeah, don't stop believing. Something's going to give.
Yeah.
Something has got to give. And the money and the energy's there. It just moves. We have our cycles and our waves and our seasons. And like I said, the community is my favorite part of this whole journey by far.
Amen.
So, all right, you guys have a wonderful evening. We'll catch you on the next stream. We love you. Ciao.